Hi you guys, designer BreeKel here with a new video for you. This is going to be part 2 of the Great Salt Lake project. So if you haven't watched part 1, I would love to encourage you to watch part 1 first and then come back. I am doing a project for the Great Salt Lake. The project is ran by Chris Carlson. He is the producer, which is bringing awareness to the Great Salt Lake here in Utah. And it is a group of designers where we are designing a high-end fashion piece that represents the Great Salt Lake. And this could be with animals, plants, scenery that live within the Great Salt Lake to help bring awareness to it. More explanation of that over in my part 1 video. So I love to encourage you to watch that and then come back to part 2. So now that we are in part 2, we left off with just fittings with Marin, doing the muslin fit, making sure that the pattern works out. I have now went ahead and cut it out, the pattern, and just kind of went from there. So let's go ahead and get into this video. So if you're interested in all things sewing, fashion, and design, please be sure to subscribe because this video is for you. Thank you so much for watching and please enjoy part 2. Alright you guys, this is how we are looking so far. I went ahead and sewed the front new pieces together and now I'm going to sew it on the back. And then I'm going to make a pant fit for her for tomorrow. Alright you guys, I went ahead and marked where the new markings were from the last fitting. And then this right here, I went ahead and cut that piece off and then transferred it over to the other side of the princess seam. So now right here, I'm creating the new princess seam line. So here's the seam allowance. Here's where I cut it. And then now I just got to re-add the seam allowance on both pieces. And then I'm going to cut it out and remake a new fit. Okay guys, I'm going to show you a tip and trick on how to sew your princess seams together, especially if your patterns are too steep. Now what you're going to want to do is sew a basting stitch, the outer princess seam pattern, and then you're going to kind of gather it together as I'll show you in this clip. And then you just go ahead and put a pin at the top and at the end, and then just kind of ease it out and make it as straight as you can within the middle. And then once you're done sewing that together, you're going to clip, and then you're going to iron and press and take as much of those wrinkles out as you possibly can. But that's just a tip and trick for you. Okay guys, so I went ahead and sewed the new pattern pieces together. While sewing them, I have decided that I do think I want to move the princess seam down a little bit further. I know I just showed you a tip and trick on how to get those tricky princess seams to line up perfectly. However, while I am looking at this princess seam, I have added a line right here. I think I do want to move it down a little bit further. I think overall the turn that comes right here is a little bit too dramatic. I know that I have fitted on Marin and it will fit that seam on the princess seam. However, I think moving it down just a little bit will still make it line up. Plus the overall shape on this princess seam, if I move it down, I think will lay a lot better because it will fit the arm's eye a little bit better. So I think I'm going to go ahead, and since we have a fitting tomorrow, I'm going to go ahead and test it out and see which I like better. I'm kind of thinking what I could do is leave one side the way it is and then sew the other side, shifting it down more and then seeing it on her to see if I will like that better. But as of right now, I'm just kind of having a gut instinct that I do want to slide this seam down a little bit more, and I think it will look a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead, adjust this line again, and then continue sewing the sample piece together. Then I also want to make a flounce for the middle section design detail. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. And this is just the process with designing any kind of clothes. You just got to kind of play with what you're liking and just keep adjusting. And yeah, just working with what you got until it is a perfect fit and everything just looks completely the way that you want it to go. So anyways, I'm going to go ahead and continue sewing. Okay guys, I'm going to go ahead and show you all the supplies for the Great Salt Lake project. So I got some bust cups, and then I got the boning for the corset. I got some beads. Come up close. Some beads. Here's the wiring for the bust. Here is some orange satin fabric from Mood Fabrics. Then from Fabric Wholesale District, I got some white denim. It's called Mason Twill Denim. And then I got From Zloft Fabrics, I got this satin blue denim that's going to be the main fabric. I love how this shines, and it is the perfect color for the jumping kingfisher. And then I also got some feathers, so let me go grab them. And then from Rosa Fabrics, I got some feathers, and it matches perfectly with the fabric. You see right here, fabric. So yeah, so excited. It's gonna turn out great. I'm gonna start cutting it out. Oh yeah, one more thing. I got some designer BreeKel's tags. Okay guys, this is the center corset part. It is layered with the denim, the white denim, just to make it a little bit more thick. And then it has the satin denim on top of it for the shine. Okay guys, so I'm still on my project. Got a video on in the background. And this is Callie right now. She's just hanging out on my chair. What are you doing, Caddy? Anyway, let me go ahead and show you how the piece is looking. Okay guys, this is what we're looking like so far. I have the lining in it, so I finished the neckline, as you can see right here. Obviously it doesn't fit me as well just because I have my shirt underneath and it's more custom fit to Marin's. But yeah, I don't know if I like how much white is right here. I kind of feel like if all of this was white, which was my original idea, but I don't know. I think I'm going to go ahead and just trust the process of everything because that's just how sewing is. But yeah, I'm going to go ahead and add the feathers in the sleeve and the little orange ruffle part, and then we'll continue to see how it's looking. Okay guys, this is what we're looking like so far. I've been testing around with the feathers, and yeah, this looks like, I'm surprised with how good this is looking right now because I was starting to worry that the feathers weren't going to look good, but once you get it sewn in, yeah, that's just part of trusting the process and going with it with sewing. But I'm really liking how this is turning out so far. I'm going to have a fitting with Marin tomorrow, so I just gotta make sure that the corset part looks really snatched and that it fits her very well. And then I'll adjust the fit of the sleeve because I do want it up on the shoulder a little bit more, then that way it'll fit better. And then I do have a shoulder pad in there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and add more feathers, but this is how she's looking. Okay, guys, so where I've left off is some fittings with Marin, cutting out the fabric and design. I've been sewing along. I am just about done with the final look, and final fitting is going to be, as of filming this right now, it is March 20th. So I wanted to get my project done in February, but I've been a little bit behind, so I appreciate Chris for being patient with me. But this is where I'm at right now with the look. I went ahead and added the feathers. I had the first fitting within the actual fashion fabric with Marin, and we're going to have the final fitting this Sunday, March 22nd, I believe. But Chris was just letting me know he felt that the orange ruffle flounce part that's on like the waist seam of my design, he felt like it was a little bit too orange. So my idea on what I want to try and do with those orange pieces, I'm going to tea dye them and make them a little bit darker just so that they're not so bright and sticking out. So over here, let me show you. I have a pot of water on right now. I just barely put it on, so I'm going to wait for that to boil over, and then I'm going to put some chai tea into the pot of water and then put the orange fabric in it, my orange strips into the fabric, and make it a little bit darker. And this is just known as tea dyeing. This is very often used within bridal if there's like a piece of fabric that needs to be just a shade darker to match the dress or whatever alterations you are doing within bridal. So I'm pretty used by doing this method. I've been in bridal for a few years now, so I'm going to try this method with my design. Okay, I got my swatches, I got the water boiling. I'm going to go ahead and put them in. And I got my different tea bags. So I'm going to set those in there. What, Pran? Okay, I'm gonna set my timers. Okay, so 5 minutes has been up. I'm gonna go ahead and pull out a swatch. So here's my 5-minute swatch. I'm gonna set it on this plate to let it dry out and then have the other ones continue. I'll need to label this one 5 minutes so I don't forget, and then when it dries, we'll see what the color is looking like. So 3 more to go. Alright, here are the different swatches. I got 5, 10, 15, 20 minutes, and then here's what the original color is looking like. Now I'm gonna go ahead and let these dry, and then we'll see the different shades and which ones we're liking better. Right there, this is just a quick little one, just to remind me what we're looking like. And then let's see what the back looks like. Okay, yeah, it's gonna look so much better without that silly thing. Okay, you guys, I am going to go ahead and stop the video here. I hope that you have enjoyed it. Thank you so much for watching. Now, I will go ahead and show you the grand final look in part 3. So please stay tuned, and part 3 will also be the photo shoot. And yeah, I'm super excited with how everything is turning out. I cannot wait to show you the final look. Now, please look out, please go follow the Great Salt Lake Luxury account on Instagram, and please go support the Great Salt Lake. It is very important that we bring awareness to it and that we will make a change to the Great Salt Lake, because it's very important here in Utah that we do so, because if our lake continues to shrink, then that's just not good for people who are here living in Utah. So more information on that down below. Thank you to Chris, thank you to Marin, thank you to everyone involved with this project. I really truly appreciate you, and thank you for all your support on these videos and the vlogs that I've been doing, and just for finding an interest in me and my designs. But thank you so much for watching, and get ready for part 3. Okay, I'll see you in the next video. Thanks, guys. Bye. Happy sewing. Oh, if there's something you want me to teach you how to sew, make anything within fashion design, please comment down below, and that will be in future videos. Thank you. Bye.